Merhabat, and welcome back to the Ottoman campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So, let's see, how much crew do we have in this task force, if the game just lets me select it. 5,009. And we are getting a another 162. So that's 320 roughly. Takes us to 6,000 and change. Yeah, let's bring in these light cruisers again. Because they're obviously not getting the the strike missions that I wanted against the ports. Nor do I really need them. Because I got the victory points. Now I just need to have enough ships that we can actually fight this task force if it comes to battle. So, let us find out what happens in 1897. So, Austria-Hungary seems to mobilize against us. But, as you can see, France has taken Croatia, which means Austria-Hungary has no ports left. So this is not concerning at all, actually. And here we go. That's a very big force. I only got 2 different battleships. We sank one of those already, last time. It wasn't very impressive. Despite the cost and the size, it was not a very good battleship. This one is smaller and cheaper. They got a bunch of armored cruisers. Some of them are smaller than the ones we've seen, only 7-inch guns. Okay, so they only got 2 of the big ones. The Spanish light cruisers are, let's see, 5-inch guns. .21 knots and 17.8. Alright. And of course the torpedo boats, but we've seen those already. They are very tiny, 250 tons. So, probably hard to hit. Let's see if I can withdraw first. And then just sit around and gather up some more ammunition first. Success, yes. And then we can try again next turn, hopefully with some more ships. These cruisers need another month or so repair. These need to be refit for 1 more month. That Japanese cruiser I was hunting has moved elsewhere. That's not gonna happen. Well, you can just go home then. Let's add a couple more torpedo boats to this. And let's see, who do I have to be friendly with? Italy, I guess. Because we're ignoring Austria-Hungary. Minus 12 million. But I can take that hit for a couple more, well, quite a few more months, actually. If I were to, let's see, over 24 months. That's almost 20 million a month. So that'll have to wait until I've gotten my peace treaties and I can put all my ships in port, set them to limited and reduce the crew. And also when this is at 200%, as I've said, I can easily save a bunch of money by just turning it down to barely in the positive. And we're almost at 200%. So that's going well. Not losing any transports at the moment. But how to fight Japan if they don't want to fight? They're all the way over here. I don't understand why they went to war with me in the first place. But that's what they did. I don't have enough victory points to actually make like a peace offering an option. Anyway, onwards. China. Let's see, can I withdraw one more turn? Then get my cruisers back into the mix. I think 3 more armored cruisers would be very helpful here. Even if that means detaching some of my light cruisers to make room for them in the task force. And there we go. Austria-Hungary is no more. So maybe it's possible that my army can decide to attack these ungoverned territories. It should be fairly easy to pick up. But that's for the army to decide. 2 more armored cruisers, and we got, let's see here in Benghazi, Lynx class light cruisers. And they do have torpedoes. Let's see. Go look at the crew numbers here. 1,000. $540. I can not have any more than 8,000 combined. Okay, this is gonna go over that limit. Needs to be like 6,004, 6,300. So I need to cut 500 from that. Which I guess we can do. Let's see if it's possible for... I'm just gonna send them back. There we go. I'm keeping the Chinese ones that have torpedoes. Yeah, we're sending back 500 crew. Leaving me with 6,309. $7,365. Yes, that's gonna be enough. Alright. Now, Spain. Now we can fight. Alright. I'm gonna do that save first. And now we fight. Alright. So, I've got more battleships. And better battleships, I'm pretty sure. Almost tied on armored cruisers. The light cruisers, though. They've got a lot. But many of them were not that fast. 172. Let's see, I need to organize my torpedo boats here. Two different classes, two different groups. Let's see, light cruisers. You are a mix of Dutch and Chinese. But you've all got the same top speed, and you do pretty much the same thing. So, that's fine. Armored cruisers, also a decent mix of my own and Dutch-built ships. You can just remain mixed up. That's fine. And once again, Two Good Race is not leading the formation of battleships, despite being the biggest one. Just follow the battleships. There we go. Light cruisers spotted, but now hiding in smoke. There is the battleship. That's not their biggest one. Same hull as mine, but smaller guns. And worse armor. And slower. Alright. Minus 6% beam. I got the 6-inch secondaries though, that mine originally had. But then the Mark II guns didn't fit. Just keep you guys around. The TB90s are a lot more disposable here than the TB94s because, well, I'm planning on retiring the TB90 class torpedo boats. Let's see, you can slow you down to 10. Is it all the main guns on save? Not that it seems to make a massive difference. Or any difference at all. There we go. Oh yeah, Katsonis, you just changed targets on your own. That's not nice. You did that too, Turgid. That's actually fine, because you can accidentally hit this one. You can actually open fire now, that's fine. I'm all going for my torpedo boats. Let's see, what kind of torpedo ranges do we have on the Spanish light cruisers? Let's see, they had different classes here. You need to like all focus the ones that are closest here. Didn't they have someone with a almost 20 knot top speed here? Somewhere? Okay, they all got 0.9 kilometer torpedoes. Fine. So you can detach. You can detach. I'm going to throw some torpedoes in the path of these light cruisers. There we go. Hoping to maybe score some accidental hits. These are going straight for the battleships. This way. Dangerous work, though. No, you can launch torpedoes if you want to. Let's put them on save. Hopefully they can score some hits without me micromanaging them, because I need to be microing my torpedo boats. Uh, 90-4 has taken a flooding hit. Okay, you will not make it close to that battleship, it seems. But you know, we can take some torpedo hits on a light cruiser. The consolation prize. Might get something else here. I don't think Potentia gonna take any torpedo hits though. Dead torpedo. No, 2 torpedo hits on Potentia. This way. Delayman. Target raise. Good. More torpedo hits being scored. -10 actually launching from both sides. -13. Try and launch against actually Bring you in between Campion and Potencia. Will be ideal. Sadly, the two TB-94s might have had it. That's fine. Let's see, which side is loaded? This side. How about you? That side, yes. Surrendered. Too bad. My torpedo will miss by a lot. Their torpedoes missed too. And if the other tubes are turning, they are not, but it would be nice if they were. How about you? We did get some torpedoes away. Not at a good angle though, but... Dash 2, no more torpedoes. We just sink this cruiser already. Finally. Very daring torpedo run there. Up this way. Yeah, she's only got one torpedo left. I'm just gonna let her go somewhere else. Alright, light cruisers. You can spread out your fire a bit. Now I want to be accidental hit maxing with my battleships. And my big guns. As best as I can. Which one is behind here? This one. Alright, so I'm done with the torpedoes then. I mean, I did almost 90,000 damage, or 83,000. It's not too bad with the torps. Actually, most of my damage has been with torpedoes. Bring these back. Well, you're not that badly damaged, but you just don't have any ammo. So you can just go home. I haven't sunk that many ships yet. TB-94 actually is in decent shape. And it looks like that battleship is approaching. So maybe I'm not done with the torpedoes just yet. Maybe we can sink a battleship. Although might as well actually go for one of these armored cruisers. They're worth about the same as the cheaper of the two enemy battleships. Yeah, this one has the 9.2-inch guns. 7-inch guns, I think, not worth worrying that much about. There we go. 12-inch guns from the battleships doing things. But Amelia takes a 9-inch hit from the Spaniard. Bring in the light cruisers, and they can start torpedoing the head of the enemy formation, I think. There we go. I think we're about to sink a couple more light cruisers. Split up the light cruiser formation a little bit. Oh yeah, I forgot about you. That's typical, isn't it? Let's see. Target that one. And then your torpedoes can like so turn the torps on aggressive, I think. There we go. Friendly torpedoes going out. You too. An aggressive launch on that armored cruiser. We're about to sink one enemy armored cruiser right there. Are we gonna get launched here? Yes, I have launched. Gonna miss though, but I think we're gonna take an enemy torpedo. Sadly. There we go. Not a great torpedo hit, but it's a torpedo hit. Hegang is taking and scoring torpedo hits. What a brawl this is becoming. You three can all just focus on Coronada. I think we should be firing AP, guys. Avoid that torpedo. Let's put a couple torpedoes into the side of Covadonga. There we go. Isn't that a chaotic sight? Looks like my torpedoes will hit. My torpedo, singular. Let's see, here we are. And one more. That is one light cruiser about to sink. And it did sink. Not all you. Come on. There we go. And Hegang, you make it out. Maybe. Let it loose on. Barely afloat. Let's make it less afloat. And Coronada sinks. That's one of the expensive ones too. Very good. Engineering. Score torpedo hits on Potentia. Ooh, you've taken a torpedo hit. You got no main gun ammo left. Triumphal tried to save its battleship from that torpedo, but failed. So now Potentia, and that might be a kill shot on the battleship. Jeaning is going to turn around, launch from her stern torpedo tube. But that will miss. Potentia still afloat though. Noticed that too late. Delft took a torpedo, didn't need to be took. You got ammo. You got no ammo. You got a little bit of ammo. Jeaning taking a bunch of torpedo hits here. We at least launch some of our own. Or are we too healed over? Maybe. Bow launcher? Maybe? Got a bow launcher, don't you? No, you only have a stern launcher. I did not notice that when refitting them. I think this is the end of Jeaning. But if you can score a killing torpedo hit on Potentia, it will be worth it. There we go, torpedo away. It will hit. But causing no further flooding. So that's unfortunate. Anyway, got some crippled cruisers here. This one. No hope for that getting out, I think. Let's bring these light cruisers back. They might be able to do something. Delft is fairly effectively fighting back, though. And there we go, Potentia sinks. Actually. Not sure what was the, might actually have been the, 4-belt pen. But a 6-inch gun on, Jining. My battleships are safe. Which is important. Try and get some accidental hits on something here. Can have Jining do a do another circle, maybe get that stern launcher off against Campion. We actually did launch from the side. I thought it was too healed over to launch from the side, but apparently not. There we go, stern launcher on the way, but that might accidentally hit an escorting cruiser. No, it did hit Campion. But she did sink for it. Not too bad so far. Come on, one at the time. There we go. Now they're targeting one each. San Felipe. Big, expensive cruiser. Prime target. Amelia, you could just target whatever is closest. Then torpedo. If my torpedoes will do anything. Ah, the stern launcher is broken. That's why it's not launching. And Ali Pasha will probably not survive. He's kind of stuck in there. Can't really get out. Cruisers are, of course, running low on ammunition, but they do have those torpedoes. I might be able to launch here, because these have not taken any flooding, so they should be able to launch from the sides. Not too much issue. Try and finish off the Isla de Luzon. Got a bunch of clustered cruisers here. Very, very clustered together. Sank one light cruiser. My light cruisers are launching torpedoes. I'm outside the range of the enemy torpedoes. Although we are missing. You're still afloat, barely. There we go. Now we're scoring those accidental hits. Which is nice. Not quite enough range to hit Gloria. Yeah, there goes that cruiser. down this way. Let's see, Willem. Woodshorn is launching against Lepanto. Because the Dutch-built cruisers do have bow torpedoes. If the Chinese-built cruisers get another refit before I retire them, I need to remember giving them a bow torpedo launcher. Two torpedo hits on Lepanto, which might sink from that. Maybe. Yes, Lepanto does sink. Libertad takes 2. Hegang has surrendered. After spending a lot of time getting shot at. Begona will take a torpedo, I think. Yes, might sink from that. Meanwhile, my battleships are getting very close to... Yes, Begona does sink. Libertad sinks. Getting very close to these light cruisers. Ilad Luzon is still afloat though. Might bring the light cruisers in to deal with that. Infanta Maria Teresa is right there, low on fuel. Should be an easy target. And Mehmet Hadzi actually has torpedoes. Decent range torpedoes too. That is, if the 10-inch guns just don't get the job done. I'm hearing we're scoring hits. Hit her with a dud torpedo. Guns might still get it though. torpedoes. I was looking at something else. I'm gonna take torpedo hits here as well. Dud torpedo, lucky. Be enough to sink it though. Let's see, which side are you loaded on? Okay, both of those launchers are destroyed. That explains a few things. But the stern launcher, that should work. Yes, it has launched. And San Felipe takes a torpedo hit. Can I select this? Yes. That might be the end of San Felipe. But she's gonna take one more now. Dud though. But she's actively flooding. See which side. Yeah, destroyed. Not loaded. And the enemy hits their own ship. Trying to hit Willem the Erste. Woodshoorn. You got 2 torpedoes left in you. Before I'm just gonna send you away. It'd be funny if they could hit Santiago el Mayor. Dud torpedo. It's still pretty funny though. Santa Maria Teresa still afloat. There we go, she's getting another torpedo now. 2 dud torpedoes. Just needs a little bit more flooding on the bow section. Same with this one. Needs a little bit more flooding on the stern. Sometimes just getting that last little bit of flooding is very, very difficult. Get them the Asta. Can go home. Udshorn. You have to dodge some torpedoes, but I do intend to just send you away from the battlefield. That torpedo dodged itself. That was pure luck. Yeah, she's getting out. Actually, you can just target the torpedo boats on the way. One more torpedo about to hit Maria Teresa, and that was finally the killing blow. Darn it, that took a long time. You got a torpedo left in you, don't you? Willem? Ah. Already heading away. That's fine. You're done here. How much has you done? Have you done, Udshorn? 27,000. Taken barely a scratch in return. Let's see, Turgut Reis, can you score a couple hits on San Felipe? At least you're only here for emotional support. Five-inch guns scoring a little bit of flooding on Mendez, which is enough to sink it. That's pretty nice. Up to 57 torpedo hits. Which is like 2/3 of my total damage. Tornado is gonna sink from that. Willem keeps killing. Even while retreating. And out of ammo for the main guns. Very impressive. Good race. Maybe target Santiago. Because it's closer. And she keeps scoring hits. Absolute boss. Oh, light cruiser. Not sure if she's gonna sink these two though. Not damaged enough, and he's sailing out of range, which is good. She just needs to get out now. Although this battle is soon over. So actually retreating might not be necessary. Maybe we're just gonna have to run out the clock. Okay, to good race. I do want you to go back to targeting that one. Amelia is here. You can keep going. You are here. Not sure if you have time to get closer and score a couple more hits. Would be nice if we can finish off this one. At 31%, I'm very sure it's going to be sent out of the task force and into port for repair anyway. There we go. Very nice. And very nice. We're gonna sink it. Maybe. Yes, there she goes. And we're back here at the surrendered Hegang. Done a full loop. Just need a little bit more flooding. But I don't think that will happen, because that's time. Alright, huge victory though. We sank 15 ships. With a loss of 5 of our own. 2 of those were just torpedo boats. 2 of them were captured Chinese light cruisers. So with that, we still do not have enough tonnage to take on the Balearic Islands. But maybe. Maybe. 193. Almost back up to 200%. That's good. Let's see your research. Advanced big funnels. Maybe that'll give me the access to the funnels on that German battleship. Maybe. Torpedo contact, exploder, and this was the armor piercing capped. I don't think that, no, that's not twin tubes. That's just a slightly better torpedo launcher. 900-ton heavy cruiser, though. And more battleship hulls. So, I'm thinking, if not tomorrow's episode, then at least the one after that, we're gonna design some new ships. And if I can figure out what to do with Japan, I might just save file edit and end the war that way. Because they don't actually seem keen on fighting. And I don't want to have to go all the way over here just to find one ship that I can sink. Maybe if I just send one ship here. Maybe you can get some port strike stuff. Not too optimistic about that, though. New batch of torpedo boats will be ready soon. This invasion might just run out of time next month. Because that was initially just supposed to be a 3-month invasion. And they just sent that huge fleet out here to interrupt it. Anyway, we'll see what happens when it happens. Goodbye, and take care.